Hey everyone, welcome back to Ormsby Farm. On today's video, I'm going to go more in depth about joining the Three Rivers Challenge. Put it right here. That is hosted by Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead. I absolutely love her channel, and I have joined in on this challenge once a couple years ago, but not fully, jump in full force, because I wasn't fully here on the homestead yet. Last year, y'all know I went through my kind of like mental detox of during these months, and came back early spring. So that's why this year I'm officially going full force, and I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities of the Three Rivers Challenge. So let's go ahead and jump into my intro, and then we are going to sit down and kind of talk about what the challenge is, how I plan on doing it, and I'm also going to call out a couple of my friends to do it with me. So here we go.
I'm coming home.
Alrighty, y'all. So let me just tell you, today is December 26th, and I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt because it is warm here in Georgia. So if you see me start to perspire a little bit, it's because it's a little caliente. But we are talking about the hashtag Three Rivers Challenge, and that is for January and February, and I'm going to be joining in. And I just recently watched Jessica's video that she put out on Three Rivers Homestead about the rules and kind of like how the challenge works. And I'm gonna leave it in an index card up here. So definitely after this video, go check it out. Go check her channel out if you haven't already. If you haven't already, where you been? Because she's amazing. And learn about this Three Rivers Challenge. So basically what it is, we as homesteaders work all year gardening, canning, freeze drying, dehydrating, freezing, meats, veggies, all of the stuff that we eat over the year. And this challenge she created because sometimes we can, one, forget about certain things that are on our shelves or in our freezers, and then they go bad. So this is a way when she created it to kind of cycle through your canning room to get it ready and get jars empty for the spring and fall when we're canning again all of our produce. And same thing, we're cycling out and moving all the meats out of your freezer and getting that eaten before you have more animals going into the freezer, whether that be homegrown beef or pork or chicken, or if you buy it local, or any local wild game that you get. So that is what we are going to do, and that is for January and February. Now, in January, it's going to be fully Three Rivers Challenge, following by the rules, all that kind of stuff. Everything that we eat will be something that is already frozen, dehydrated, canned, vacuum sealed, that I've done. And I'm going to show in another video, and I can show a little video here, that there's been a lot of work that's been put into our freezers and our pantries. I've done pantry tours too. Again, I will leave the pantry list playlist up here on an index card. And so now it's time to actually use it and eat it so it doesn't go bad, and so that you have your jars ready when you start the next season. In February, I'm going to do kind of a mix of Three Rivers Challenge, but I'm also doing $50 February, which is done by Rich over at Old Swede Farm and Annette over at the Cow Emporium. So I'm going to kind of do a blend of both of them, because one of the things that Jessica talked about in the video is that for any birthdays or anniversaries or any of those big milestone events that you have in January and February, she does go out and she buys those that the birthday person wants for the food. I have a birthday in February, so my $50 that I'll be spending food-wise at the grocery store will be for my birthday dinner that I'll have with family and friends. So that's kind of how I'm working them together, because they're pretty much very similar in it's a pantry challenge and you're trying to use up what you have homegrown, canned, dehydrated, froze, so on and so forth. So that's how I'm going to do it. One thing that I'm gonna do in our first video, and my videos for my pantry challenge will come out every Tuesday. The first video that will come out is I'm gonna be taking inventory of what I have in each of the freezers. We have 3 freezers that are stocked. I have a canning room, and then I have a lot of freeze-dried and meals in a jar, soups, that kind of stuff that we will take inventory of. And that will be the first video kind of planning out what we have and what we're able to use. Now I have 2 spreadsheets that I'll leave down below. One of them is a weekly meal prep kind of thing of like prepping out what you need to pull out, what kind of recipes you're doing. I'm not always that organized. I'm just going to say that. I try to be, but I'm not always that organized. Second one is I'm going to get a spreadsheet so you can do inventory of your canning room and leave that below. If you want to, go ahead and download them, print them out. I have them in a binder so I can kind of stay organized that way. And that's gonna be the first video, so we can figure out what we need to get. Now, because today is December 26th, I am gonna get a couple things to get us through, because I will say the one thing that should be homegrown, but our chickens didn't start laying until a little bit later, and I have 5 girls, and right now the egg production is slowing down. So I am gonna get some eggs to get us through the months, because I do like the eggs. I do like my eggs. And they do lay like every other day, sometimes every 3 days, randomly. It's not like all 5 at a time at all. That will be probably in the spring. And then next spring, I'm going to start water glassing and prepping the eggs so that I don't have to do this the next year. So that is my one issue, is I probably am going to have to buy some store-bought eggs. Because even a lot of my homesteading friends that I was buying eggs from before our chickens started laying, their chickens are doing the same thing. They really aren't getting the eggs that they did before to sell. So, I'm going to get that. Meat-wise, we are stocked up. And I will tell you, I have a lot of buddies here in the small town that are hunters. I have not learned that trait, skill yet, but I will. I'm wanting to do that this year. And that have been blessing me with some venison meat. And so I have some venison meat stocked up. We get our beef and pork from a wonderful dear friend here in town. And she has some of the best of the best. So we're good and stocked up on that, even though I wish I had more pork chops, but we won't go into that. And chicken, I'm pretty stocked up on. Y'all know I am starting to do our chickens, our meat chickens and turkeys that we will be selling and keeping for us in the spring. So a lot of the chicken that we got is actually local chicken, but not from our farm. So there's that. All of the veggies and that kind of stuff will be from my canned. We are going to try and not buy store-bought veggies during this time, even though I will say, I'm gonna call her out, Mom loves fresh veggies. And I'm trying to get her to be like, okay, we'll try to grow some lettuce hydroponically inside, but everything else really needs to be from our dehydrated or frozen food, which I know it's rough. But hopefully next year, you heard me talk about it on another video, we are redoing our greenhouse. And I'm hoping in the October, November, December of this coming year that I'll be able to do tomatoes and summer veggies in that greenhouse, because it gets warm in there. So that we'll have fresh veggies over the winter, but we don't know. So with that being said, we are going to give it a good old hee-ho, and we're going to try it out. And I'm going full force. I'm going to kind of force Mom, while she is at the farm, because she goes back and forth between Atlanta and here, to stick to it and only eat what we had. Because I'm telling you, I was looking at it the other day, y'all. Our freezers are stocked. Our canning room is stocked. We are very blessed with what we have gotten this year. So it's time to now go through all of it and eat it. And we have leftovers from the Christmas, turkey and ham and all that kind of stuff to can, freeze, and then have for sandwiches and that kind of stuff. And y'all know I make my own breads and bread products. So we have all of that, and I'm stocked up on flour. So yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited to challenge myself on this. I challenged myself on doing Vlogmas and putting out a video every single day for the month of December, or for the 25 days of Christmas, and I only missed one because I had a tooth pulled. So I was happy with that. So I'm excited to try this out. Now, this is who I'm challenging, because y'all know I'm going to be challenging some of my friends. So if you followed me for a while, you know I'm on a podcast and I'm on a radio morning show. And I want to, challenge my hosts, my co-hosts. Alicia from Country Mama Musings, challenged. Anne from Andale Homestead, challenged. Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch, challenged. And the fourth person I want to challenge is one of my dear, dear friends, and I love her very much, Chris at Chris and Larry Homestead, challenged. Y'all, are you down? Hopefully you can do a video response to this, tag me in it. And if y'all want to join in on Jessica's Three Rivers Challenge, use this hashtag Three Rivers Challenge, tag Jessica, Three Rivers Homestead. I'll leave all that information in the bio box below. And let's see if we can do it for January and February. Y'all, thank you for, this is a longer video. I'm actually looking at the time, so thank you for sticking with me on it. I'm excited. Let's get started. Let's have a wonderful start to the year. And y'all, I will see you on the next video, so be blessed.
I'm coming home.